Hello friend, welcome my channel. Welcome my channel. I am Robin Mukherjee, civil engineering pass out 1986. Work experience above 30 years. Today I discuss miscellaneous conversion factors. Miscellaneous conversion factor. Format, quantity, FPS units, metric units, conversion factors from FPS to metric, metric to FPS. Quantity, FPS units, metric units, conversion factor from FPS to metric and metric to FPS. Number 1, weight per unit length, weight per unit length, FPS unit, pound by feet, pound by feet, ton by feet, ton by foot. Metric unit, kilogram per meter, kilogram per meter, ton per meter, ton per meter. Conversion factors from FPS to metric 1.486, 1.486 or 3.353, 3.333, 3.333, metric to FPS 0.672, 0.672 and 0.3, 0.3. Number 2, bearing pressure, bearing pressure, FPS unit, pound by square foot, pound by square foot, ton by square foot, ton by square foot. Metric unit, kilogram per meter, kilogram per meter, ton per meter, ton per meter. Conversion factor, FPS to metric 4.482, 4.482 or 10.937, 10.937. Metric to FPS 0.205, 0.205, 0.0914, 0.0914. Number 3, stress, tensile, compressive, bearing or shear. Stress, tensile, compressive, bearing or shear. FPS unit, pound by square inch, pound by square inch, ton by square inch, ton by square inch. Metric unit, kilogram per square centimeter, kilogram per square centimeter, kilogram per square millimeter, kilogram per square millimeter. FPS to metric conversion factor 0.070, 0.070, 1.575, 1.575. Metric to FPS 14.286, 14.286 and 0.636, 0.636. Number 4, bending moment and moments, bending moment and moments. FPS unit, inch to pound, inch to pound, feet to pound, feet to pound, feet to pound, inch to ton, inch to ton, feet to ton, feet to ton. Metric unit, kilogram to centimeter, kilogram to centimeter, kilogram to centimeter, kilogram to centimeter, kilogram to meter, 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 kilogram to meter. FPS to metric 1.152, 1.152, 13.825, 13.825, 0.1383, 0.1383, 25.803, 25.803, 309.69, 309.69. Conversion factor metric to FPS, metric to FPS 0.868, 0.868, 0.0728, 0.23, 0.0723, 7.233, 7.233, 0.0387, 0.0387, 0.0032, 0.0032. Number 5, moment of inertia, moment of inertia, inch square for FPS unit, metric unit, centimeter square for, FPS to metric 41.623, metric to FPS 0.024. Number 6, section modulus, inch square, centimeter square, metric, FPS to metric conversion 16.387, metric to FPS 0.061. Number 7, work and energy, foot pound, FPS unit, metric unit, kilo force meter, kilogram force meter, conversion factor, FPS to metric 0.138, metric to FPS 7.246. Number 8, power, horsepower, FPS unit, horsepower, metric unit, kilowatt, metric horsepower, FPS to metric 0.746, 1.014, metric to FPS 1.341, 0.9862. Number 9, speed and velocity, FPS unit, mile per hour, foot per second, metric unit, kilometer per hour, mile per second, FPS to metric 1.609, 0.305, metric to FPS 0.6215, 3.279. Number 10, acceleration, FPS unit, foot per second, metric unit, meter per second, conversion factor, FPS to metric 0.305, metric to FPS 3.279. Number 11, density, FPS unit, pound by cubic inch, pound by cubic foot, metric unit, gram per cubic centimeter, kilogram per cubic meter, FPS to metric 27.680, and 16.019, metric to FPS 0.0361, and 0.0624. Number 12, discharge in river channel, FPS unit, cubic second, metric unit, cubic meter second, FPS to metric 0.0283, Metric to FPS 35.336, 35.336. Number 13, flow, gallon per second, FPS unit, metric unit, liter per second. FPS to metric 4.546, metric to FPS 0.22. Number 14, storage in reservoir, million gallons, FPS unit million gallons, acre feet, metric unit million liter, hectare meter, FPS to metric 4.53 and 0.1234, metric to FPS 0.221 and 8.104. Number 15, reduced level, FPS unit foot above mean sea level, metric unit meter above mean sea level, FPS to metric 0.305, metric to FPS 3.276. Number 16, catchment area, FPS unit square mile, metric unit square kilometer, FPS to metric 2.59, metric to FPS 0.386. Number 17, gradient, FPS unit foot per mile, or metric unit meter per kilometer, FPS to metric 0.1894, metric to FPS 5.28. Number 18, deltage, Number 18, detage, acre by cubic foot by day, FPS unit, metric unit hectare per cubic meter per day, FPS to metric 14.464, metric to FPS 0.0691. 19, temperature, FPS into 0 degree Fahrenheit, metric unit 0 degree centigrade, FPS to metric 5/9 F32, metric units 5/9 Fahrenheit 32, metric to FPS centigrade into 9/5, Number 20, land areas, FPS unit acre, FPS unit metric unit hectare, FPS to metric 0.405, metric to FPS 2.469. Weights of some engineering materials following Indian standard. Weights of some engineering material following Indian standard. Material cement ordinary kilogram per cubic meter 1440. kilogram per cubic meter 1440 kilogram per cubic meter, 90 pound per CFT, 90 pound per CFT. White line fresh 960 kilogram per cubic meter, 960 kilogram per cubic meter, 60 pound per CFT, 60 pound per CFT. White lime slate 640 kilogram per cubic meter, 640 kilogram per cubic meter, 40 pound per CFT, 40 pound per CFT. Conker lime fresh 1100 kilogram per cubic meter, 1100 kilogram per cubic meter, 74 pound per CFT, 74 pound per CFT. Conker lime slate 1030 kilogram per cubic meter, 1030 kilogram per cubic meter, 64 pound per CFT, 64 pound per CFT. Dry clean sand 1600 1600 kilogram per cubic meter, 1600 kilogram per cubic meter, 100 pound per CFT, 100 pound per CFT. River sand 1840 kilogram per cubic meter, 1840 kilogram per cubic meter, 115 pound per CFT, 115 pound per CFT. Wet sand 1760 to 2000, 1760 to 2000 kilogram per cubic meter. 110 to 125 pound per CFT, 110 to 125 pound per CFT. Stone ballast 1600 to 1920, 1600 to 1920 kilogram per cubic meter, 100 to 120 pound per CFT, 100 to 120 pound per CFT. Brick ballast 1200 kilogram per cubic meter, 1200 kilogram per cubic meter. 75 pound per CFT, 75 pound per CFT. Brick dust surki 1010 kilogram per cubic meter, 1010 kilogram per cubic meter. 63 pound per CFT, 63 pound per CFT. Brick masonry 1920 kilogram per cubic meter, 120 pound per CFT, 120 pound per CFT. Dry rubble stone masonry 2080 kilogram per cubic meter, 2080 kilogram per cubic meter, 130 pound per CFT, 130 pound per CFT. Ashlar granite masonry 2640 kilogram per cubic meter, 2640 kilogram per cubic meter. 165 pound per CFT, 165 pound per CFT. Lime concrete 1950 kilogram per cubic meter, 1950 kilogram per cubic meter. Cement concrete brick aggregate 1840 kilogram per cubic meter, 1840 kilogram per cubic meter. 115 pound per CFT, 115 pound per CFT. Cement concrete stone ballast 2300 cubic meter, 2300 kilogram per cubic meter, 140 pound per shift, 140 pound per CFT. Reinforced concrete, 2400 kilogram per cubic meter, 2400 kilogram per cubic meter. 150 pound per shift, 150 pound per shift. Cement mortar, 2080 kilogram per cubic meter, 2080 kilogram per cubic meter. 130 pound per shift, 130 pound per shift. Lime mortar, 1760 kilogram per cubic meter. 110 pound per shift, 110 pound per shift. 1760 kilogram per cubic meter. Dry loser, 1280 kilogram per cubic meter, 1280 kilogram per cubic meter. 80 pound per shift, 80 pound per shift. Dry compact earth, 1550 kilogram per cubic meter, 1550 kilogram per cubic meter. 97 pound per shift, 97 pound per shift. Pig iron, 7200 kilogram per cubic meter, 7200 kilogram per cubic meter. 450 pound per shift, 450 pound per shift. Wrought iron, 7700 kilogram per cubic meter, 7700 kilogram per cubic meter. 480 pound per shift, 480 pound per shift. Steel, 7850 kilogram per cubic meter, 7850. 406 pound per shift, 406 pound per shift. Marble dressed, 2700 kilogram per cubic meter, 2700 kilogram per cubic meter. 169 CFT, 169 pound per shift, 169 pound per shift. Tar, coal tar, 1010 kilogram per cubic meter, 1010 kilogram per cubic meter. 63 pound per shift, 63 pound per shift. Sandstone, 2240 to 2400, 2240 to 2400 kilogram per cubic meter, 140 to 150 pound per shift, 140 to 150 pound per shift. Limestone, 2400 to 2640, 2400 to 2640 kilogram per cubic meter. 150 to 165 pound per shift, 150 by 165 pound per shift. Asbestos cement sheet, 16 kg per square meter, 16 kg per square meter. Granite stone, 2640 to 2800, 2640 to 2800 kilogram per cubic meter. 165 to 175 pound per shift, 165 to 175 pound per shift. Hardwood, 640 to 930 kilogram per cubic meter. 40 to 58 pound per shift, 40 to 58 pound per shift. Light wood, 400 to 420 kilogram per cubic meter, 400 to 420 kilogram per cubic meter. 25 to 26 pound per shift, 25 to 26 pound per shift. Now I am finished my video. Next video I discuss mensuration. Next video I discuss mensuration. All are requested, if you are like my video, please subscribe my channel. If you are like my video, please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you. Bye.